Welcome back. You're watching live from Paris on France 24. It's time to find out what's got the French journalists in a frenzy. It's time for Media Watch. James Creedon is here with us for that. Good evening to James.
Good evening, Laura.
Good to see you as always. Now, we've been talking about this all week, haven't we? The tweet that just won't go away, Valerie Trierweiler.
Right. It's getting boring, except it isn't. Sorry. So, look, front page of the magazines, these came out today. Le Point, le casse-tête du président, the president's headache. And you can see there a photo of the presidential couple looking probably happier than they are in real life at the moment.
Yeah.
And here you have Le Nouvel Observateur. They're calling it the Trierweiler scandal, or l'affaire Trierweiler, the Trierweiler affair. So that's that. Now, Ségolène Royal,
she's hit back, hasn't she?
She's hit back. She gave an interview to Libération this morning, and she also spoke to the media last night. Now, just to remind viewers, Valerie Trierweiler, that's the president's current partner, sent an assassin tweet out into cyberspace about Ségolène Royal, the ex of François Hollande, who is trying to be elected in La Rochelle. She basically supported the opponent
the renegade rival.
That's it.
Who was very surprised. And it's not just the French press, the international media has been picking up on this as well, I have to say.
It's all over the place. And so I'll just show you online, first of all, the way it's been satirised, because it continues to be satirised every day. People are having a lot of fun with this. So you can see tweets being left out of a cage. Do we have the tweets being left out of a cage?
Oh.
There you go. And one of them, I think, is doing something rather nasty.
He was trying to catch them with a net, wasn't he? Now they're escaping.
And now tweets coming out, and you see one bird over Ségolène's head doing something.
Bit of artwork there,
and a similar theme in this one here, a tweet
very nice.
over Francois's head. And this one I quite like. It's showing the night of the infamous tweet. And he's checking his phone in a very worried fashion to see if she hasn't tweeted again, with a rather improbable photo of Ségolène Royal on the bedside table.
People are really having fun with this, because up until now François Hollande hasn't made any gaffes at all, isn't he? And it's a little unfair, because he hasn't really made the gaff, has he?
Fault.
It was his girlfriend.
It wasn't his fault.
So I imagine he's pretty furious about this, because as we say, it is dominating the press just a couple of days before the parliamentary elections.
Even Le Figaro, the right-leaning papers, of course they're talking about it.
They're
Actually,
loving it, the right wing, aren't
trouble
they?
at the top of the state. Now, the thing is, he made it very clear that when coming into power, he wanted to make a very clear distinction between private and public life, unlike Sarkozy, who kind of mixed all of that up. Now, let's see how he managed.
And he started that with his inauguration, François Hollande, didn't he? The children stayed at home. It was a very sombre and soggy affair, it has to be said.
This is it.
And this is just exactly what he didn't want.
He really
Private
didn't
life
want
being
this.
dragged into the public eye.
And clearly Valerie Trierweiler had other ideas. But let's see how he dealt with a question by a French radio journalist in Rome this afternoon while he was down there meeting Prime Minister Monti.
Yeah, let's have a listen.
A tweet has caused a controversy in France, Italy, etc. Does the First Lady have the right to contradict your position on the election in La Rochelle?
I don't think Mr. Monti can respond to this question.
Can I listen?
But I won't respond either. Not here and not on this topic.
Can I listen? I wonder, did he mean, I want to hear what you have to say about it, or did he mean the journalist?
I think he did. He is known for having a bit of a sense of humour, François Hollande, isn't he? So he did like the mood there.
Yeah, and he did kind of laugh at it. So he was a bit like, but you know what? I'm just not going to respond to this. And I think that's a pretty dignified way to deal with this controversy.
Well,
We're talking about it, but he won't.
How else can he deal with it? And as we saw, the Italian media also, everybody's loving it, aren't they?
Can I show you one tweet before we move on? This is by our own Christophe Bauer. He spotted this on Twitter. Hollande dodges question on girlfriend's tweet during joint press conference. Can we move on now?
No, Chris Bauer, we cannot.
Right. I think it shows the extent to which maybe some people have had enough of it. I haven't, though. I'll talk about it tomorrow if I can.
Christophe Bauer is always ahead of the pack. All right, now, one person who I'm sure is really hoping this isn't going to go away anytime soon is Nicolas Sarkozy, the man, of course, that François Hollande ousted in the presidential election. What has he been up to?
Well, the media is interested to know what he's doing. He's just back from holidays in Marrakesh. He had a big marathon holiday there where he was looking at this sumptuous villa worth about 4 or 5 million, along with Carla. So the press is talking about that, Le Point magazine. And Le Lab here is saying that he is now off to Canada to stay at another friend's country mansion. And then he's going to go down south to stay at Carla Bruni's place down on the coast. So more holidays.
He seems to be doing a bit of a Vladimir Putin there, getting the shirt off and showing us what's going on there.
A lot of people wondering, will he ever come back into politics? It is the eternal question at the moment. Now, one of his very controversial advisors, Patrick Buisson, had lunch with him. Patrick Buisson's quote is, well, if he'll come back into politics again, a tiger rarely becomes vegetarian.
Oh, cryptic. Whatever could he mean? All right, let's cross the channel and talk about the British Prime Minister, David Cameron,
yes.
Because he's been testifying before the Leveson inquiry. This, of course, this ongoing inquiry into the relationship between the British government and the press. What did he have to say?
Well, extraordinary stuff, because Rebecca Brooks, the infamous flame-haired former head of News International in the UK.
She's always referred to as flame-haired.
Well, she should dye her hair brown then.
I think
then
I should refer to you as flame-haired.
Well, I don't know. It's not as long. She sent a text message. We're not talking about tweets now. We're talking about texts.
Yes.
To David Cameron in 2009.
Lols, wasn't it?
That's it. Lols. It's all very embarrassing, because this was on the eve of his speech to the Conservative Party when he was still leader of the opposition. And so there were lots. It was a very long text. You can see this is the text of it here. I'll show you online.
Let's have a look at the text.
And basically, it seems like he was unhappy with the front page of The Sun. But look, I won't go into the details. Let's highlight what was said that is really embarrassing. I'm rooting for you tomorrow, not just as a proud friend, but professionally. We're definitely in this together. Speech of your life. Yes, we can. So it shows a very, very close collaboration, embarrassingly close. When that text was read out at the Leveson Commission this afternoon, the Leveson inquiry, he squirmed. And indeed, let's take a look at what
Because we've only had former Prime Ministers up until now, but he is, of course, the serving Prime Minister.
This is it. And it's very embarrassing. And as one journalist said on Twitter, this will follow him to the grave. Oh, there's
a little bit
follow him to the grave.
Isn't it?
And then another person saying, I feel sorry for David Cameron. He's basically David Cameron trapped in David Cameron's body, which isn't really relevant, but I wanted to show it.
But has he picked his daughter up from the pub yet?
I don't know. Maybe she's still down there.
Sipping on Coca-Colas. All right, James Creedon, many thanks indeed. That's it for Media Watch. All right, now more Twitter gaffes as the Spanish employment minister causes online fury with her ill-thought-out missive. This is one that James missed. Have a look. This is Web News.